What's up, y'all? My name is Shane. I'm a producer here at 5 News. I know, don't let that throw you off, but there's some things I've been wanting to talk to you about. No, it's not about the news. It's about the music scene. Hear me out.
The music scene, you ask? Yes, the music scene. That's because it's not getting the recognition and respect it deserves. That's right, I said it. How do I know?
Because I've been doing it for over 30 years and I know a little bit. In fact, did you know there are over 40 famous musicians that come from Arkansas? From Ronnie Hawkins and Glenn Campbell to Evanescence and Eden's Edge. Arkansas has a rich history of musicianship. So I thought it would be a good idea to document the music scene in our area. Actually, I'm not the only one that thinks it's important. You see this guy? His name is Joel. He's our chief photog here at the station. And he, like myself, is a fellow musician and has been covering the news in this area for well over 20 years. This guy, he knows some people.
That's why I want you to join us as we shine the spotlight on what we like to call Five Country. Welcome to the Artist's Corner. Tonight, we shine the spotlight on Pura Coco.
I don't wanna waste more time. I think you're so divine, but you got me straight losing my mind.
Nicole Vasquez. Does that name sound familiar? No? Try this. Nicole Vasquez, aka Pura Coco. Does that name sound a little more familiar? No? Well, brothers and sisters, that's why I'm sitting here talking to you, because after I'm done, you're definitely going to know who Coco is. And I think you're really going to love her.
23-year-old Pura Coco was born in New York, New York. When she was 7, her family moved here to Northwest Arkansas, Springdale to be exact. They already had family here, so that was some of the reason they moved. But as Coco told me, it was her family wanting a better life, more opportunity for her that brought her down here.
So my mom had 2 brothers. She had her 2 brothers and her sister here. So, I mean, it's just because we had the majority of our family here. And my mom wanted a better life for all of us. Somewhere where she could provide for her kids. And that's what we heard about Arkansas.
Yeah.
Is that it was a great place to raise a family.
Now, this may surprise you, but Coco's family didn't have a musical background. Her mom was always listening to music, but had no musical talent per se. When asked when she started getting into music, she said her mom would say from birth. But Coco says it was her mom that really got her into music by just always having it on. Because in New York, Coco says someone was always listening to music, all kinds of music.
The reason that I love music, or that I started getting into music, is mostly because my mom, and especially like in New York, everybody's listening to some type of music. I mean, playing dominoes or going to the park and drinking, and they always have music. So it's like salsa, bachata, merengue, all throughout the streets, and that's what initially started my love for music. Is just the fact that we had it on all of the time, and it made me feel a certain type of way, and it made the people around me feel a certain type of way. And truthfully, I just continued doing it.
Okay, but when did she realize she could sing? I mean, that's the real question. That's the whole reason why we're here. Coco said she was always walking around singing. I mean, who wouldn't when you're surrounded by music lovers? But it was when she was in 5th grade that she thought singing might be a real possibility, when a music teacher took notice.
I always sang.
Yeah.
And I was always in talent shows, but truthfully, whenever somebody noticed that I could really sing was, and I think the reason that it stuck with me is because it was a choir teacher. It was somebody who, kind of does it professionally.
Sure.
It was in 5th grade, and I showed her what song I wanted to do for the talent show, and she was like, wow, that's amazing. She's like, you should continue doing that.
The song she sang that you could say started her career, I'm Yours by Jason Mraz. Take a quick listen.
I've been spending way too long checking my tongue in the mirror and bending over back.
Because for a 5th grader to choose a song like that, well, yeah, enough said. And since then, she's never looked back. She just keeps on doing her thing. With that being said, who are some of the artists that have influenced her over the years? Well, in her younger years, besides Jason Mraz, because her mom listened to what Coco said was early 2000s salsa, well, some of her earlier influences were from artists like Celia Cruz and Mark Anthony. And she says currently she's digging on trap music from Argentina, specifically women that are dominating the scene.
Right now, I'm kind of listening to trap from Argentina.
Okay.
And kind of being influenced by the women there, like Nicki Nicole and Young Miko. I really love women in music right now.
And like most every artist I've talked to, as well as being one myself, the influence to write pretty much comes from everything. Family, friends, social, and personal settings. You name it, an artist will write about it. Even their own attention to detail as they're singing.
For one of the songs, one of my friends saw me perform, and he came up to me afterwards and he was like, "Coco, breathe." And I was like, "Okay, no, I will." He's like, "You got to use your full diaphragm." And I was like, "Oh, actually, you're right. You are absolutely right." So in the song, "So Sad," I say like, I've been learning how to breathe and having me a blast, and it's really about everything.
So let's talk about her music, her voice. After all, that's why we're here, baby. Coco has one album out currently. It's an EP called Leaves, and you can find it on all the major platforms. And of course, I highly suggest you pick it up. I did. Added it right to my library. And you want to know why? Because she's freaking awesome. Look, her bio describes her music as a unique blend of alternative R&B with a background steeped in Latin culture and Southern upbringing. I agree with that. And I'll take it even further by saying she brings a refreshing old school sound that we don't hear very often. I'm talking greats like Billie Holiday and Dinah Washington. In fact, I told her just that. And if you want to bring it to today, the only other artist I can even remotely say brings Coco's same sultry flair would be Erykah Badu or Dua Lipa. And I told her that as well. Her voice has a smoky, sultry sound to it. Which leads us to her voice. For me, and anyone that knows me knows I've always been a Mariah Carey fan. And recently, my new Mariah Carey has gone towards Dua Lipa. And actually, when we were talking, I told her I'd take the Pepsi challenge with her voice. Like, I'd put her up against her greats, such as Mariah Carey or Dua Lipa. And her response?
What's the Pepsi challenge?
She's too young to know.
What's the Pepsi challenge?
Let me explain.
My apologies. I guess I revealed my age when I made that comment. So for those that don't know about the Pepsi Challenge, back in the day, Pepsi did a campaign where they would have Coke in one cup and Pepsi in the other, and it would be a blind taste test, and people would come up and see which one they liked the best. Of course, everyone was choosing Pepsi and saying things like, "Oh, I can't believe it's not Coke. Oh, I've got to choose Pepsi now. Oh, I can make bad decisions, whatever." So over the years, we took that to the streets, and so we would say, "Look, I'll take the Pepsi Challenge to that." And what we were saying is that, look, whatever we think is more awesome than what you think is awesome, people will choose our awesome over yours. And so that's what I meant when I said that to Coco, is that I'll back Coco up over artists that I've loved for years.
But hey, don't take my word for it. Who am I? I'm nothing. You decide. Take a listen to Coco. Check this out.
I just love
You see what I'm saying? I didn't just listen to her and say, "Yep, she'll work." If you've seen my two previous segments on Randall Shreve or Isaiah Warford, you'll know that I don't just randomly pick people just because, right? I'm picking these artists because they have substance. They bring something to the scene like culture, creativity, relevance. And Coco definitely brings all of that and more. We're lucky to have a rising star like her. Oh, and did I mention she does music for a living? Yep. She's 23 and doing what she loves to do full time. That's so awesome. She's releasing a new single this month from the new album, and she and her team, and yes, she has a team, she signed to Love More Records in 2022. They plan to start pushing the other singles out at the beginning of 2024. And when I asked how she feels about the new album compared to the first one, she said she's really excited about it and gives a lot of credit to the label, her team.
I definitely have like a team behind me this time, so it's not just like me and someone else or me trying to do it all myself. I definitely had a team last time, but it's just I have a team that's always here for me, and that I've been able to work through every single process of all of the songs with. So it's really exciting, honestly.
See, y'all? Did you hear what she said? Look, I've been in the music scene for a long time. I've been signed to a label. Yeah, that didn't go too well. We'll just leave it at that. But she didn't express that, and I think it's important to take note of that. Instead, she never mentioned label one time. It was always about a team that she has with her from beginning to end, in the creative process, through the producing, through the mastering, all of that. And that's rare in this scene, y'all, because let me tell you something, to have people that want to work with you, that believe in you enough, that want to take you from beginning all the way to the top, man, she has that team. You go to lovemorerecords.com and you'll see that it's all about the well-being of their artists. And Coco has that right behind her, man.
So where does that leave us? Oh yeah, I know. It leaves us with you making sure you look out for the new singles that start dropping, because the little bit that we heard when we were there, well, it's going to be hot, y'all. And of course, you can keep up with her on any of her social media platforms so you're not missing out on future music and shows. At least that's what I'm going to be doing. Oh, and I'll tell you this, just like Randall and Isaiah, lifting people up and collaborating is how she also sees our local music scene continuing to grow and move forward.
My ultimate goal is hopefully somebody within this area will grow and become famous, because I think that that's gonna shine a light back onto Northwest Arkansas, and then people will, start to wonder, what type of music is here, what type of people are here, and what makes this area what it is.
Coco, you are one of the people that make this scene what it is, and I have no doubt that you'll continue to bring creative culture not only to your music, but to the local music scene across 5 country. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Pura Coco. Don't forget to look for a new single coming out this year and the new singles that'll start dropping beginning in 2024. Until then, if you know of anyone that you think we should be showcasing, our contact information is there on the screen. Remember, keep lifting each other up, keep shining the spotlight on 5 country, y'all. See ya.
His house has got heat, but no fans. I could understand where I come from, laid back in place, I'm not worried about income. Money's been tight, mental ain't right, gotta book flights. How I wish I could understand.